Hello, good evening. Welcome to Match of the Day 2 on BBC One. As usual, we have highlights of the day's Barclays Premiership matches and all the weekend's goals. With me, the classic combination of youth, beauty and experience. That is Lee Dixon, Ian Dowie and Alan Hansen. So Arsenal versus Man United. For just one day, every Chelsea fan was a bit of a gooner. This was a meeting between the two other teams who well know what it's like to cruise to the title, even if it's only the visitors who are likely to do so this season.
This is the 200th meeting between these two sides. Down the years, there have been some fabulous encounters. Some bad-tempered ones, and the occasional bit of bad language. Today was a clash between two managers who are everything managers should be. Belligerent, intelligent, and sometimes just plain daft. John Motson was watching for us.
Plenty of history then, but a whole new chapter opens between these keenest of rivals today, because it's Manchester United's first visit to the 60,000 Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal are still unbeaten. They've won 9 and drawn 6 of their 15 matches here. They've also scored 10 goals in their last 2 home games, but Gilberto Silva starts a 3-match ban today, so Flamini comes into midfield. The two Emmanuels are back, Eboué at right back, Adebayor up front. Robin van Persie, a fitness doubt until today, is on the bench. Manchester United have scored 22 goals in their last 9 Premiership matches. They recall Ryan Giggs in place of Ji-Sung Park. Otherwise, it's the team that beat Aston Villa last week. Arsene Wenger believes Arsenal are running into form at the right time. They've only lost 1 of their last 12, and on Wednesday, they're down the road at Tottenham in the first leg of their Carling Cup semi-final. The referee is Steve Bennett, who on his last appearance here sent Arsene Wenger from the bench. He's replaced Mike Riley, who's got flu. While Ronaldo has been in such cracking form this season, you just wonder what he might do today. Well, this is one surely to get you on the edge of your seat. I don't think there's been a better atmosphere in the Emirates since it opened. Manchester United all in blue. Gael Clichy across for Arsenal. Could be that Ronaldo will be teasing him early on, or trying to. There's the United left back, Evra. And Rooney starts on the left here. Scholes. The start reality is that if Manchester United win this match, they are 9 points clear of Chelsea in the Premiership title race. Even a draw would put them 7 points clear, with a better goal difference, of course. Scholes again. Well, Ryan Giggs has started in the first few minutes in a central position. Orta. This time clearance by Senderos there. Really interesting formation that Manchester United have adopted from the start. Giggs is playing centrally, and Wayne Rooney has started on the left wing. Imagine that was something Arsenal were not expecting. Giggs. Larson. It's Giggs again. Ronaldo's outside him. This is Scholes. Rooney this way. Oh, Gary Neville made a good run on the right, picked out by Scholes. Carrick. Larson. Giggs. Well, it's very early days, but Manchester United have started here with real intent. Good build-up involving 4 or 5 players. Ryan Giggs with the final shot. Here's Rooney. Oh. He's no, he hasn't, because the referee wants it brought all the way back. Rooney's claiming he didn't hear, or has he caught one in the face? Yes, he has. Now then. Well, they're both holding their faces after that. There is a feeling that these are 2 of the, if not the 2, most progressive teams in the Premiership in the way they play their football. And you've only got to look at this match to see the amount of movement that's happening on both sides. Toure straight to Rooney. And now Scholes being pestered by Kleb, and it's Fabregas. And on this side is Adebayor. Oh, and Flamini came in, and Rosicky came in as well. He's never scored in the Premiership, Rosicky. 2 in the FA Cup, of course, at Liverpool, and he could have had 1 here. Flamini went in first, but he had to hit it very quickly. Little touch by Henrik Larsson. Not such a good one from Wayne Rooney. This is Adebayor. Henry poised on the far side. Thierry Henry! Oh, it was a chance. There was only one Arsenal man to mark. And he got a free header. Thierry Henry. Best chance of the first half, by my reckoning. Well, he scored 3 in 3 since he came back from his enforced rest, Thierry Henry. It was very close to being 4 in 4. Long ball there by Touré, and this is Henry in the box. Neville makes the challenge. Well, that's what Henry thinks. It's Gary Neville coming in from the other side here. Does he catch him? Well, the only thing to debate here is, did he get the ball? I don't think he did. He got something of Henry. There wasn't a big shout from the other Arsenal players, and no reaction from Steve Bennett. And we're coming up to the 45-minute mark with Ronaldo. Corner. Nabui thought it should have been a goal kick. Vidic and Ferdinand come forward for the corner. What a time this would be to score. Oh, and it was helped on by Giggs. It still isn't really away. Here's Giggs again. Lehmann elects to punch. Rooney. Rooney shot. Oh, and Lehmann was called into action. Just got up to turn it over the bar. Well, he was 17, Rooney, when he became the master blaster at Goodison Park. Scored that cracking goal against Arsenal. They'll all remember that. And it was nearly another one. Lehmann this time turned it over the bar. Oh, and that was Larsson. And Lehmann down again. Giggs. And Lehmann out for to punch this one away as well. This is a one-act play by Jens Lehmann at the moment for Arsenal. Oh, Larsson, what a good dive to the left. And the first half ends with Manchester United coming very close to scoring. Jens Lehmann stood between them and the first goal. It's still Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Well, there have been some mighty contests between these two since Wenger first crossed swords with Ferguson. Usually there have been goals, but not so far today. This is Scholes, though. Ronaldo with Evra making a forward run here. 2 waiting in the centre, 3 now. That's Touré, and that's Rooney! And Manchester United have taken the lead. A great cross by Evra, helped on by Touré, and Wayne Rooney, again, is the man who puts Arsenal behind. It's Evra who supplies the cross, and Rooney came in at the far post after Touré had almost beat his own goalkeeper. It's a good cross by Evra. Touré put it right on the head of Wayne Rooney. And Manchester United are in the lead. That's a touch there forward by Rosicky. Now then, it's Clichy for Arsenal. Adebayor was waiting. This is Rosicky! Just wide. Well, it could be a storming second half now as Arsenal attempt to come back from that Rooney goal. Now then, the substitution. It's Alexander Kleb who's coming on, and Robin van Persie in a real attacking move by Arsene Wenger here. Van Persie to support Henry and Adebayor. Rosicky, it was a good turn by him. Adebayor again, Henry. Away by Ferdinand. Oh, what a poor pass by Rio Ferdinand, straight to Henry. And there's a chance for Adebayor. And Van der Sar, oh, and the defenders converging on the ball. It could easily have gone in off one of them. Rio Ferdinand carelessly gave that ball away. And look what happens next. Adebayor going in on the near post. It comes back off Van der Sar. And it could have gone in off one of the defenders. Sir Alex Ferguson and Manchester United in the box seat here. The prospect of going 9 points clear of Chelsea. Would that be it, I wonder, for the championship? And it's Ronaldo. That's a foul. Is it by Rosicky? Well, not according to the referee, it isn't. It's Fabregas for Arsenal. It's Rosicky again. Oh, there's a real scrap in there. Fabregas, Rosicky. Henry! And Van Persie! Arsenal have equalised. And it's Robin Van Persie, the substitute, who makes it 1-1. It was really down to the determination of Rosicky and Fabregas on the far side that they got the break. And when the cross comes in, Thierry Henry is there first, and Van Persie comes here across Gary Neville and makes it 1-1. Steered it in above Van der Sar. And with 7 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, Arsenal are back in it. Well, it was a predictable substitution, I guess, that Wenger would use Van Persie, but it certainly came off. This is Fabregas. Oh, and it's Boui exchanging passes with Rosicky. Oh, and the headers by Henry! And Arsenal have done it! What an incredible finish! It's Thierry Henry! It would have to be, wouldn't it? With 1 minute of stoppage time to go, Thierry Henry inflicts on Manchester United only their third Premiership defeat of the season, and Arsenal will do the double over them now. They seem to be well stocked in defence there when Arsenal built up on the right-hand side. But Henry there, he had a header earlier in the game which he planted straight at the goalkeeper. Not this time. That beats Van der Sar by his right hand. And since he came back from that enforced layoff, Thierry Henry has scored 4 times in 4 games, but none more priceless than that. Sir Alex Ferguson can't believe it. Arsene Wenger certainly can. What a roar goes up in the Emirates, and look at Thierry Henry. Arsenal have pulled a victory right out the fire here. Manchester United leading with Wayne Rooney's goal on 53 minutes, leading still with 7 minutes of the 90 to go. And then substitute Van Persie makes it 1-1. And in the 4th minute of injury time, Thierry Henry proves himself the main man again. It's Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1, and Manchester United's lead in the Premiership title race remains at 6 points.
Did Manchester United's tactics surprise you, with Giggs playing central and Rudy playing wide?
Yes, and it gave us a problem at the start because Larsen pushed our backline deep, and Giggs was in between, and they found him every time, and it took us until half-time to push our backline higher up and not drop with Larsen, you know, and from then on it was much more difficult for Man United.
From the strategical point of view, everything was fantastic, and we play well, we must say. It's just disappointing. I think once again the last 10 minutes we lose the control of the game because we don't able to show that ability to control the result through possession, through control of passing and movement.
Henry, quiet but lethal.
Henry, I feel he didn't create a lot of spectacular actions today, but he worked very hard for the team, and I feel today he behaved like a real captain, playing a little bit more, less spectacular, but really efficient, and in the end he's calm enough to find the resources to score the decisive goal.
We are happy to win this game because we know it will be a very important game for us to come back in the Premiership, and I think we have done it today again, and we are very proud for that, and the fans are proud for it. There is nothing better than that.
You said before the game, if you win today, the title race is back on. Do you still believe it?
I believe that we'll go in every game to win it, and we don't give up. We will fight until the last second as far as we can.
Well, we'll get on to the title race and speculate wildly shortly. But first, Lee, how did Arsenal manage to win that game? Well, how did Arsenal manage to? How did Man United manage to lose it? Yeah.
You normally get great games when these two teams play. It wasn't a great game, but from a spectacle point of view, skill-wise, there was loads on show there. The passion, the crowd, and it was just an intriguing, frenetic match to watch. And Man United defended brilliantly. I thought their back four was outstanding. Kept Henry quiet right until the last minute. But it was two fitting goals, really, from wide areas that were unusual, because Vidic and Ferdinand headed everything away the whole game, and then last 6 minutes turned it on its head.
So were you expecting a more pure game of football here? Than
I think everyone was, but you have to say the tempo to the game was fantastic. And what I thought, in a spectacle you thought it was going to be, lots of the ugly sides of the game, both teams did really well. You know, the closing down, the pressurising, the being in right positions at the right time, and that made for not lots of goal mouth action, but lots of good tactical points for coaches to look at.
The great sides always score last-minute goals. They don't normally concede them, but in all the games Man United have lost this season, they've conceded late goals. Similar goals here.
Similar goals, yeah. Like Lee said, I thought that Manchester United actually defended brilliantly. It was a big 6 minutes for Arsenal, but it was also a big 6 minutes for Chelsea, because if Manchester United win this match, then the Premiership's over. But now it's still open. You know, Chelsea can come back. So from that point of view, it was a great result for them as well. It's interesting that the three goals were all similar in as much as when you're defending, when the ball, you're standing, facing the play, it's quite easy to come and head it. But it's when wingers or whoever gets behind you and the defenders are turning, it's played into the box, then you're all over the place. And it's amazing, the first goal, because we talk about the line of the defence, and for the first time all afternoon, the Man United defence got it slightly wrong. And at this level, against great sides, you will eventually pay for it, and this is exactly what happened. Fabregas does really well here because he battles for it. And then you think it's really straightforward. As I say, just to the byline, it's a decent ball in. It looks like Ferdinand and Henry miss it. Van Persie gets to the back post, and it's in the back of the net. But if you watch here, when we freeze this, you've got the line there. Henry's in an offside position, but Rio Ferdinand breaks the line. Vidic doesn't go with him, and then that's what happens. The ball ends up in the back of the net.
This is the second goal. Another brilliant ball in from Aboué. And this is the only time the two centre-halves really were beaten. As Aboué plays a little 1-2, Rosicky, give and go, gets in a good crossing position, whips a great ball in, frees it here. That isn't a bad position for the two centre-halves. I think anything, Rio can just have a little go and try and put him off the header, but it's just a fabulous ball. Sometimes crosses like this are undefendable. And Henry wasn't in the game that much, but...
Here's this classic switch of play from Man United. Great little ball from Ronaldo outside the boot. And here, when ball's behind, Alan was mentioning it, all defenders have to look at the ball because it's behind. They don't know where men are. Clichy doesn't find out. Good crossing there. That shading area is where the vast majority of goals are scored from crosses from that area. Great ball, and gets a nick. Toure and Rooney fabulously watching that ball. You know, it's a difficult header. He doesn't take his eyes off it. Great finish.
You were upstairs. We actually had a 40-minute argument about that goal, so we haven't got enough time. Come back tomorrow morning.
Riveting viewing for me, I must say, to see you all fighting. Now, we should say about Van Persie, despite not actually being English, he has managed to damage his fifth metatarsal. So we read, his foot or his fifth metatarsal, whatever you want to call it. How has he managed it then?
Well, it seems like he may have trapped under him there, or in celebration. This sort of, you just see it here, he sort of collapses onto it. Maybe that's where it's happened. The trouble is, you know, if it's fourth or fifth, they're the problem ones, you know, and sometimes, particularly if it's the fifth, you might need to get it pinned, because otherwise it doesn't heal properly. If that goes again, then it's a long, long time out.
Modern boots, isn't it?
Yeah. An expert in metatarsals,
Thank you.
Has been said.
Yeah.
Dr.
We
Down.
have no idea, as you don't with Metatosa, how long he's going to be out for. Now, you lot will all disagree. Every pundit I have disagrees about almost everything, apart from one thing, and that is Fabregas is brilliant. Everyone says the same about Fabregas.
Well, I think the hallmark of any great player, and you've got to remember this boy's only 19, is time and space in the ball. He's got an abundance. We pick him up here, he never ever gets ruffled. He just easiest pass Ronaldo there. That is fantastic. Always great in possession. This one is just like slide rule stuff. He gets in a great position here. That's a fabulous ball to Adebayor. It's in the box and it ends up with an Arsenal chance. In the air, beautiful cushion header here. Again, Arsenal in attack. Can he play it long? To your right, he can play it long. Picks up, quick look, great ball. This is, splits the two central defenders. Eventually comes to Henry danger. Defensively any good? Well, let's have a look. Ronaldo goes at him, not a more frightening sight in English football, takes it with consummate ease. And then, final third of the pitch, when he's picked up here, he's played it, he goes looking for the next one, gets back into him, great shot, 25 yards, tests the keeper. An absolutely massive talent.
And Ian, we saw a different side to Carrick today, didn't we? He's not the sort of Mr. Dependable in the middle of the park. He was creating.
Oh, I think everyone would have thought Carrick would have been bought for his, playmaking abilities. And I think Paul Scholes has grown into that role. And today, he did a fantastic team ethic role. Some of the positions he takes up, we'll show you here. It really is very interesting to see. And, there are things you wouldn't expect him to. He is a massive force in the air. He does really help them at set piece. Here's a near post area. Great clearing header, height and distance. Very, very important. Here, he just positions himself in that little hole, picking up the knockdown, second balls. And that's the other thing. He's not frightened to hook balls on. Here, he has got composure, looks around him. Nice, simple pass. But, this is the classic, all about Michael Carrick. Again, right positionally, picking up all the knockdowns, but unflustered. OK, because Arsenal do get a bit of pressure on him. A little bit of combination between Scholes and him. You think he's going to get pressure on. Relaxed, calm, and a lovely ball out. But the good thing is you don't lose what he's got. This is a quality pass. Looks one way, fantastic defence splitting pass. He's still got that quality on the ball.
I think he's very underrated in that position. When he was playing for Tottenham in that role, it's all about getting in position and breaking up play. Yeah. And obviously, when he signs for Man United for 80 million, people are saying, how many goals has he got? He's only got one, but very, very good.
It's a specialist position.
Yeah.
Not many people play the game like he does, and we've seen today that he's adaptable as well.
Yeah. Many goals has Makelele got? Not many.
So how did the full-backs do? Alan was very critical of a full-back last night on Match of the Day. How did they...
Well, I
can't remember that, Adrian.
I just like the look of Evra today. I think when he got into the team, he had an absolute nightmare, and he's taken over from Heinze now, and he looks the full package for me. Check your full-backs out. My first look is, can they tackle? And I think we've proved today. This one, he just looks at him coming, doesn't dive in, just waits to see which way the ball goes, makes the tackle again. Picks his chance to make the tackle, wins it, drives forward. If you can tackle, you've got half a chance as a full-back, Al. Makes a good pass. Again, this one, in hard, doesn't quite win it, has another go, eventually gets the ball. And look at this, a bit of skill on the ball, drives away. Then he's looking for a pass. Where can I pass to a blue shirt? This is the goal. Watch this for a run. It's not an overlap, it's like an underlap, if there's a word. Plays it down the side. Makes a brilliant run for the goal.
It's an interlap.
An interlap.
Yeah.
And here we go now. Watch this for a bit of skill. Ronaldo? No, it was Evra. See it again. Kleb through his legs.
Bye-bye.
Do you have that in your look at that skill, Leon?
What, an underlap?
No, the little thing.
No.
It's a great example of somebody coming to English football, not quite settling in, and then coming really good. And the same with Vidic as well.
Yeah. So what about the title race? This is the Sun's view. So we said that the Sun tomorrow morning, they think they were 10 minutes from the title, which is kind of what we've agreed here. It would have been all over if Man United had actually won. Let's have a look at the table as it stands. Now, what we've done is, this is the current top four. We've been through each of their fixtures for the remainder of the season and scored what points we think each of them is going to get. I think, Alan, you looked after Arsenal, didn't you?
I certainly did.
OK, so here's Arsenal's
against
fixtures.
my better judgment as well.
How are they going to
Obviously, what you do is you look at the away games. Obviously, Chelsea at home is going to be difficult the last game, but away from home, I've always felt is where you win it. Middlesbrough not going to be easy. The big game there is obviously Liverpool. They've beaten them twice this season, and obviously beat them at the Emirates in the league, but beat them at Anfield in the Carling Cup and the FA Cup. Second last game away from home against Tottenham will be vital for them.
Okay. Liverpool.
Yeah, I've done Liverpool. I think I've switched and looked at the home games for Liverpool because they've got Manchester United and Arsenal at home. Arsenal obviously got a good record recently. Manchester United always do reasonably well at Anfield. Tricky one, maybe Newcastle away from home, and West Ham. You know, you never know, fighting for their lives. So it's going to be tough, but I can't see them dropping that many points.
Okay. Ian was in charge of Chelsea. How'd you score them?
So do they, I'm sure. That's next week. To be fair, you know, obviously Man United at home's a huge game, but I just think also away from home, they've got a few London derbies, and you know, that last period, you know, when they got Arsenal away from home, that's a crucial game. And I agree with Lee, you know, West Ham and you know, maybe Man City away, you can see possible points being dropped there.
Okay. And here's Man United, which I scored, for whatever that's worth. And I reckon...
Why do you get the
21,
top?
Well, listen, I just do, because look, it's my show. 21 points. 21 points from the home games. They're going to win all of those, surely. And they can take a point at Chelsea. So anyway, we've scored, we put all our scores together, and we can reveal this is what the table's going to look like on the last day of the season. There we go.
It'll end up nothing like that.
It is. The bad news is, though, it was me in charge of Man United, and as Alan will explain, I don't really know what I'm on about, but I reckon...
I don't think you'd be far off with that.
No,
I think the big thing, people are now saying it's quite open, but Chelsea are 6 points behind. The other teams are 11 and 12. For Liverpool to get back in it, Man United will have to be beaten 4 times, which is it's just...
And also, Chelsea need to be playing well and in a good state, and they're not.
Yeah, okay. Let's be honest, we do all make mistakes, but we're not paid about 70 grand a week as we think Drogba is, 130 grand a week as Ballack is. Total cost of the personnel there, £200,000 a week. Jose, shake your head, I'm sure Roman is. Now, Stephen Hunt, he's boisterous, he nearly loses a tooth there, celebrating with De La Cruz. Here he risks serious injury to the mascot, not to mention his colleagues in that celebration. And this is very dangerous, and not just for the corner flag. Just look at the fear written all over the linesman as he backs away. Oh, stay away from me, Stephen, please. Angel, this is just plain careless. Do watch the ball. Alan will tell you that's really important. Do not kick the flag. That's just schoolboy stuff. This is the definition of cursory, this handshake. There you go, that's all you're having. Off you go. There's no time, there's no eye contact. There's just no love, is there? Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Man United are 2-1 on. They remain to win the title this year. Thank you very much indeed for your company. Thanks for your company too. Goodbye from me and the turnip. I wonder if you can tell the difference. Bye for now.
"15 minutes in. Jane Ludlow stepped up, making no mistake from the spot. Leanne Sanderson got the second for Arsenal. Claims were offside, but not given. The goal was given, not the offside. Well, Cardiff fought back with this goal by Gwennon Harris. Katie Chapman and Sanderson added to the scoreline before Chapman got her second to make it 5-1. Pretty miserable conditions, but some good football being played by the Arsenal ladies side. And they scored a 6th goal, 4 minutes from time through. English international Rachel Yankee sliding the ball in, her 10th goal this season.